Hi guys. So most of you don't know me. First I'll introduce myself and then I'll go with my topic. I am Jahnavi and I'm a law student and I'm a debater. Now, owing to the fact that I'm a debater, I'm going to talk about oratory skills because that is something which I really enjoy doing, and I think that I can help you with some basic points with which one can go by when it comes to oration because of my experience. Now, I have been doing activities which involve oration for quite a long period of time. I've been in national level competitions, and one thing that I realized in all these competitions is that the first step towards developing oration is doing it. Now, even if you suck at it, even if you're not good at it, you have to do it. And that's extremely important. And that is something which is common to most of the activities, but specifically in the activity of oration, the fact of facing a stage is something which adds on to your confidence when you face the stage the next time, and it is something which stays with you. So anytime you participate in any oratory skill competition, even if you don't win, it is going to take you one step ahead in your own confidence level, and therefore the first thing that is extremely important is to go for oration so as to develop it. Now, talking about more solidified or more tangible points that I'm going to discuss, I have created three points for myself that I always go by. These are the 3 E's of oration. Now, E for elephant, that kind of E, right? So the first E of oration for me is explain. Now, what does that mean? Now, before you go on stage, before you go in front of the camera, you need to make sure that any idea that you're going to explain on the stage, before addressing the people, before addressing the audience, you have to address yourself. Now, how do you do that? Obviously, at this point of time, as an orator, I know what I'm going to talk about, right? I know that I'm supposed to, let's say, talk about oration, as I'm doing at this point of time. But before addressing the camera, I have to address myself as if I am the audience, as if I do not know about that idea, explaining and going with the entire chain of thoughts in such a manner such that it makes sense to you. Now, before you try and make sense in front of someone else, you need to make sure that you make sense in front of yourself. Now, that is something which adds on to your confidence. That is something which gives you the kind of what you call as a trail in your own head as to how you have to go with it, right? And therefore, it becomes easier to face the audience and then make sense in front of them, right? Now, the second E is essentials. Now, if you're talking about one idea, there has to be certain essentials which make that idea into that idea. Now, okay, you need to understand that there is a recipe of every idea that you talk about, right? Now, if I talk about feminism, it is a very broad topic, but the points that I want to discuss, it is extremely important that I write down certain essentials of that entire conversation, of that entire speech in front of me, so that I know that, okay, these are the 5 points that I want to discuss. Now, these headings need to be very succinct, very brief, so that you can always look at it while you're speaking and it catches your attention and you're able to, make sense there. So even if you forget, it is not an issue. So jotting down and making headings is the second E that is essentials. Now that these essentials, they help you navigate through your speech, the third E helps you to go with it. We need to understand that when you're in front of stage, you have to erase, the third E is erasing, you have to erase the audience. You have to think as if you're talking to yourself. Now, obviously, you want the audience's attention, and it is extremely important. Their reaction is also important. But that response or reaction should be respected once you're done with your speech. Or else, you never know what they would do. So you have to erase their significance. You have to discredit their presence. And you just have to put your point as if you're talking in front of the mirror. That is extremely important. And these are my 3 E's. But other than these 3 E's, I think that one thing that is extremely important is to believe in yourself before you go in front of the stage. Whatever you're trying to convey, just be honest with it. Just be raw, be transparent, and be brave. That's it. Thanks.